Alright, this is the second part of the video. I kind of cut it off because I was changing batteries. Just a reminder, I'm doing the humerus. Okay, so this is the head, as I said. This is the anatomical neck. Alright, this is the greater tubercle. This is the lesser tubercle. Alright, and what I was getting to before my batteries died was the bicipital groove, which goes in between the two of them. Alright, it goes right there, and I'm going to try to get that closer. So it goes right there in between the greater and lesser tubercle. Okay, and now I'm going to go to the deltoid tuberosity, which is that bump right there, and it's kind of hard to identify where it is in this video, but if you have the inside of the arm right here, so the armpit's right here, deltoid's on the opposite side. Okay, it's right there. Alright, it's one of the few markings that we have in the middle of the arm, so in the middle of the humerus. So alright, now we're going to do the other end, which again, back of elbow, inside of elbow. Alright, I know not correct terminology, but alright. So now we're going to go over the capitellum and the trochlea. One thing that's cool about the arms is a lot of things articulate properly so that the names articulate as well. The part with the holes, this smooth part right here, leads to these two holes, which I'll get to in a bit, sort of holes, they're bumps. This smooth part is the trochlea. Alright, so the trochlea. The opposite one with no holes near it is the capitellum. So the capitellum goes to the radius, the trochlea goes to the ulna, which will articulate with the trochlear notch, which we'll get to on the ulna. Alright, so trochlea, trochlear notch. Alright, we'll get to that though. So the trochlea has the holes near. Alright, now remembering that this is where it connects to the shoulder. I know I keep flipping it. So this is where it connects to the shoulder, this ball part right here. So this is the armpit. I'll move my hand down. Armpit area. So this is medial to the body. This is lateral to the body. And these two bumps on the side of the capitellum and the trochlea are the epicondyles. Alright? So that's the medial epicondyle, that's the lateral epicondyle. Away from the body, towards the body. Medial epicondyle, lateral epicondyle. Okay? And these lead up to the supracondylar ridges. It's kind of a flat part on the bone that leads up. I know my hand's in the way. Leads up and runs along the bone and kind of wraps around the bone on both sides. Alright? So why it's supracondyle ridges in our study guide thing, it means that these two. Okay? Alright, and that wraps up the humerus. Alright, on to our next bone, which is the ulna, the one with the U shape. Ulna. Lower arm, ulna, U. Okay. In this bone, we're going to do the top part first, which, remember what I said, the trochlea, which fits on this. Alright, so this is the trochlear notch. Alright, one thing I kind of skipped on the humerus because I wanted to do it with this one is the olecranon and the coronoid process. Alright, this is the olecranon, this is the coronoid. The coronoid's smaller, olecranon is the bigger part of this U. Okay, so this is the olecranon, this is the coronoid process. Okay, the reason that they're called that, well, I don't know the reason they're called that, but they articulate with the designated holes on this bone. Okay, so the bigger of the two holes, which I like to call the O shape, the bigger O is the olecranon, the back of the elbow, where the olecranon process fits into, okay? So that's the bone you hit that doesn't feel so funny. Alright? The smaller part, coronoid process, fits into the smaller hole. Coronoid fossa, okay? Inside the elbow. Okay? Alright. So trochlear notch connects the small coronoid process and the large olecranon. Alright. Now we're going to go down to, oh, we're staying up here, never mind, the radial notch, which is right on the side of the coronoid process. Radial notch, that's where the radius sits, okay? Alright. Remember that the radius sits, wait, let me finish this. Yep. Remember that the radius sits on the capitellum of the humerus, okay? Well, it doesn't sit, but you know what I mean. Alright? This is the radius. This is the end where that meets the elbow. This is the end that meets the hand. Alright? So this is the head part. And on the side of the radius is the radial tuberosity, this lump on the side. Some people's radial tuberosities are bigger than others, as we were finding out in one of our other classes. Okay. Oh wait. I'm sorry, I was naming the wrong part. I meant the other end. But scratch what I just said. So, the radial tuberosity. The head. Okay. Now we'll go down to the styloid process, which we have stylus, which are those pointy things. This is the styloid, pointy end. Okay, styloid process. Alright, this point right here. The ulnar notch, where the ulnar sits, is opposite the styloid process. So I'm going to twist this towards you. Okay, so the ulnar notch is right there. Okay? Alright. Lister's tubercle. Let me make sure I named this one right. Lister's tubercle. That's right. This is the styloid process. Right next to that, on the side that has this huge groove on it, is Lister's tubercle. It's also called dorsal tubercle. So dorsal or Lister's tubercle. Lister's like lisp. Lister's dorsal tubercle. Alright? And that wraps up that one. Alright, kind of more difficult to do on this video is the hand because of all these small bones down here. Okay? One of the things I will get out of the way first, hopefully, at this point in this program, we know that these are the phalanges. If not, these are the phalanges. Okay, the fingers. The tops of the fingers. Alright? This part, which is more on the hand, is the metacarpals. Okay? So metacarpals, phalanges. And your fingers in the anatomy is counted from the thumb to the pinky. So 1 through 5 from the thumb to the pinky. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright? That's just to save from confusion. Alright? Now, I know this is listed in a certain way in our study guide. I'm going to kind of go around from the thumb because I find that's easier for me, and then wrap back to the thumb. Okay? If that's not easier for you, I'm sorry, but that's how I'm going to do it. So, alright. So, let me flip my book real quick so I make sure I don't name any of these wrong. Because I did not want to send you off on the wrong way. There we go. Alright, so we have the thumb, And I'll show these each from both sides, so if I lose you, I am sorry, but I will try to identify it as best as I can. So we have the thumb. The thumb's metacarpal right here. The bone right below it is the trapezium. So the bone right below the thumb is the trapezium. Okay, so thumb, trapezium, down the back. Oh, you can see it better on the back. Trapezium. Okay. Next, it's the scaphoid, which is kind of the bottom part of the hand, if this is the top part anyways. This would be the bottom. So the scaphoid. Scaphoid kind of wraps around the hand, like scaffolding. Okay. Alright, and we have the lunate, which is this right here. Lunate. So the trapezium, the scaphoid, and the lunate. Okay. The next one, which is below this huge lump that's kind of connected to it on this bone, but I guess it's supposed to be separate in real life, is the triquetrum, which I still can't probably say properly. The triquetrum. Again on the back. The triquetrum right there. Try to move my other fingers so I only have one finger on the screen. Triquetrum. Okay. Triquetrum is below the pisiform. This one's kind of separate of everything else because I guess I got pissed off and decided to leave everyone. So, pisiform. Alright, and I apologize if I insult anyone by saying pissed off, but the pisiform. Okay, so the trapezium, the trapezium, the scaphoid, lunate, triquetrum, triquetrum. Sorry about the pause. I was looking at the triquetrum. I'll start over. Trapezium, scaphoid, lunate, triquetrum, pisiform, and this one that has the hammer on it, this little bump that is actually connected to the bone, is the hamate, and it has the hook. I'm sorry, is it hammer? The hook of hamate. Sounds like a god or something. Hook of hamate on hamate bone. All right, underneath the pinky and the ring finger. All right, hamate, hook of hamate. After the hamate, oh, let me show you the back. That one right there. Hamate. Pinky, ring finger, hamate. Next to that is the capitate, which just goes to the middle finger. Capitate. Alright? And then we have the trapezoid, which is the index finger, okay? So going around, we have the trapezium, scaphoid, the lunate, the triquetrum, I still can't say that one, pisiform, hamate, hook of hamate, capitate, and trapezoid, okay? And the metacarpals and the phalanges.